the administrative officer at the Freetown City Council, the chief administrator, where they can tell we how the Freetown City Council don't they do their work, especially one way gets for do with revenue collection as extensive for the raise revenue at different departments and for keep the council going. Once more, I want to welcome you at the studio, Festus Kale. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
How City Council done the work all this while? You don't say small block at the studio.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Well, basically, me come at Freetown City Council in November. But effectively, the first thing what we make sure say I do, for make sure say I take 10 days off and they part of the budget process labo. For make sure say whatever resource we get for 2018, we make sure say we target issues that were very much critical, for run the administration. And I believe say follow run the administration means we get for increased revenue mobilization, and in that direction we get for make sure say we increase the tariff by 10%, because if you look at the tariff for Freetown City Council over the years, from more than review in 2009 than they ever review since that time day, according to the records we meet. So the question is if I know if we review the tariff since 2009 and the value of $1 in 2009 to the value of $1 in 2017, you see the vast difference.
Tariff?
The tariff that is charged on licenses and some other, the revenues they were supposed to collect. So those guys for see how people for revisit again some moderate percentage, but make sure they match to the current standard for providing goods and services. And of course, the Freetown City Council also will benefit from some reform, which State House as well as the Ministry of Finance will try to introduce. They will try for say council for make sure they increase the revenue mobilization by about 15% in 2018. So like what can say November till the world towards this December, I'll be fortunate to be part of that process. And one of the targeted deliverables are for make sure say we improve on enforcement. But then me similarly be advised say not just a question of enforcement, but also get for make sure say we do some internal control. Because not only what we generate from the public, but how do we manage what we collect from the general public. So now that lead me to the things that we don't do from what come. Firstly, ever since the Ministry of Freetown City Council, now we get a cash point, get a bank that operates right down the Freetown City Council. Because the thing is that many times when it comes to the public domain, people will say Freetown City corrupt and all that kind of thing. These are all allegations. Sometimes tendency they for let them be true, but the fact is you have to make sure you keep the people off money. Because when once people are very closer to money, then there's tendency for let people then compromise. So the first thing is not create a cash points. The bank money for go straight to a bank, and therefore people don't get easy access for spend them. So we don't create a cash point. That is number one. Number two, we watch at the nature of the receipt books. The receipt books in review that really too simple for duplicates. So make sure say we get some kind of security code this time around. We get seal. So if you go right now at Freetown City Council, you see the type of receipt books so they operate guys and they all get sealed, such that it's not go easy for anybody like just move around and make sure say you duplicate some kind of particular receipt books. We also make sure say the certificates and would be registered, whether not for business licenses or CBO registrations. They all don't get them sealed. We don't make them such that it's not go very easy for anybody just go about and do something way. Instead of for reduce council potential for make sure so they generate what they're supposed to generate. So revenue mobilization. Then of course we'll make sure back say we don't automate the system for the very first time. First time demand notices outspend the right time. But this time we don't make sure all they come well typed. So if, for example 98.1 for pay 500,000 as a property, it's here for come the type 1, can also somebody go right out spend and start to create doubt in the system. All of this will try for restore public confidence in the system where it's going to operate. Okay. So within this short time, we don't make sure the revenue mobilization is right on course. We don't try for the welfare of our staff members is being looked after, and of course we try for improve on our internal control through to the called public financial management reform.
All right. You come to council just the term way the political wing of the council then term when we don't receive one public notice will come out from Minister of and local government, they say now una fully in charge, so that now you in charge of the Freetown City Council. we're supposed to be like the biggest council in the country.
That's right.
And you don't talk about the measures where will not be put. So what's on a plan for really make sure so we not increase on this revenue 2018, especially this first quarter we'll get this election?
Well, the plan is first you have to make sure say we print out the demand notices as quickly as possible. That's number one. And number two, even the idea say we for automate the system. You know, even the idea say we for automate the system, make sure so we create a cash point. So always are the collect from the general public. You see it come, you see the figures in the come inside small. Then of course, like I say, we also make sure say we improve on compliance. You know, therefore improve on compliance.
We
don't make sure.
We therefore do it enforcement.
Yes, enforcement is one strategy. But then first and foremost, you have to make sure you engage the public for letting know. That is ever since I don't make several television visits. I don't want to most of the radio stations. Then at least for engage the people, let them know how council operates and what in council they do. Because if we just choose for sit back and fear the public because of one old scandal, say Freetown City is corrupt, no, we have to turn the chapter over.
But not to scandal. We see them prosecute mayor and convict them at the end of the day, and especially the local tax.
I agree. Fine, I agree, Ahmed. But similarly for the ask, I know say that kind of thing they make some people become demoralized for paying tax. But similarly, why not ask the people why is that they still pay tax to NRA? Because you see NRA at one point in time, the commissioner they charge them for corruption. This is a 55 count charge. They indict them for 5. No, not just for this, but this is very important.
But you end up free there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
you know what take too long for.
Fine. No, what I try to say, even after the incident in there, we still see, they remove the commissioner, replace of some other person, and they restore confidence in the system. And people are complaining with NRA.
So you feel
so similarly, they remove
council before restore confidence.
Of course, because you see they remove the mayor, a new city mayor come, and that for change the chapter. Because if it's for people look at tax of 5,000, well, like if you calculate on per day, that's like 14 cents. They tell me say they pay that one day, but yet they generate waste and people don't go for his money for cleanup. I mean, think about it every day. So we have to make sure that we talk to people then. We just there for pay tax. If you don't pay tax, there's no way for demand transparency and accountability. I mean, if you don't pay local tax, there's no reason for can be asked Freetown City Council so don't do too money. But you call your money not the day. I mean, they say put in more to say money day. That's the reality.
So the internal consolidated but and cash points where you see you don't help for establishing the Freetown City Council. How best it don't fit in for ensure so able for tackle the issue of local tax we just talk about so and control the way how the money they flow between the market people and on a tax collector them working with it.
Well, not talk for but it's market use. I mean, market use understands it's a very contentious issue. On Saturday, myself, I take a walk to Dovecot, one of the biggest markets, and see some of the challenges around. That led me for a letter yesterday to the municipality that we need to get so an engagement and see how people will improve on the performance. Because we are part of the budget process now. I see markets in just 6 markets in Kenema. They generate up to 920 million for just 6 markets. We have like 39, but 35 is functional. We just generate 1.7 something billion. That's just like twice what Kenema generates for 6 markets. But then when we look at the tariff system, Kenema they pay 1,000 for markets, whereas Freetown City Council are just 500 loans. You understand? So of course the price variation there, but at the same time, we have to make sure say the staff them, I can motivate them. Not serious in the collection because I'm not really serious about the collection. That 1.6 billion what the top bought for year, we for generate more than 1
year. You don't feel say when I collect fast and they leakages and then the system way maybe now waiting they come inside officially they talk about the 1.6 billion.
Well, if leakage on the financial documents they show say there's leakage. I don't get that kind of microscope for what begin to see what's inside people in pockets. But the first thing is Lord make sure so we increase compliance. Because that's the first thing. The number 2, I don't make sure say part of the meeting, because of these several concerns over this leakage in the market use areas, I want if we go for take some 2 weeks off and do some baseline survey. Take neutral people then go out on the field, generate.
So let's not get for that.
Yeah, but what they think about them because it requires bringing people together means we get for get small resource for keeping them for 2 weeks.
About put you more to save money the way you talk about the market 2 money for example go ask they pay dues every day in a market waiting they get in return.
No.
I just passed lonely this none.
I mean,
money, the dirty way I see
no, you know,
listen,
let me tell you. Waste management is a very contentious issue, like I say. If you clean community, just give 2 hours. You go there, it is sound.
This money, nobody knows this.
At the calm. When in clean a community and day, if you for example, go this morning for go clean Lumley, just give 2-3 hours and go back by the market and see. You see the waste that they generate. Not of us say we need to clean up because of time. They offer show a series of pictures. Oh, stop the logo until they send pictures of who said they don't clean. You understand? All of those markets is the markets. You understand? To exception. So people are out there working. You understand? But the fact of the matter is, we generate. Because if you look at the people who are responsible for waste management, we just get around less than 100 staff there. The people who get up to 2 million people that generate waste on a daily basis. So you can see the challenge. So that is why I sure say other partners and they say we try to support the process. But for say council the support for cleaning markets, that's just not true.
All right.
There are certain things, of course, I don't say we really need for do more because one of them is a visit the Abadi markets and I see say we need for do more because the new markets don't really get toilets. So I went and said no, we need for make sure.
Plenty of market themselves.
Of course, I agree. Still get some of those challenges, and these are some of the things we have for do and talk to the communities. Then they say if we want more of the facility means we have to visit the tariff 500 leos at least to 1,000. But we get for do something. Let the community feel presence in some of these areas.
All right, continue for the retreat. In the studio, we'll come back to you, Festus Kale, the Chief Administrator, the Freetown City Council. We'll continue the program and cover to Abubakar Kamara, we are the coordinator for the Budget Advocacy Network. We yesterday with a partner then pull the open budget survey reports now do, we should say transparency now the budgets now salon go down from 52% inside 2015 to 38% inside 2017. Good morning, Amot, welcome to the program, Abubakar.
Yeah, good morning, Ahmed, and good morning, Sir.
Yes, give me a background to this open budget survey. What's in there about?
Well, the open budget survey starts around 2002, wherein global leader then demand fix the need for a measure the aspects of how open and transparent and participatory the government is around the budget process. Because the budget, apart from the constitution, the second most important document is the budget. And the budget the most they rely on, especially the poor and the vulnerable. The poor and the vulnerable then depend on government services then for them to survive. So therefore, how did they arrive at the decision of doing the budget? How transparent the government is, and how participatory the whole process is, and even the effectiveness of the oversight institutions then, one like Parliament and Audit Service on the budget is critical, because now the instruments where every government they use for reduce poverty, now the instruments where every government they use for get good education, good health. So because of that, they say they need for come up with a survey with a global survey where they look at 3 things then. One, the measure to what extent the government transparent in financial information on how they decide on government resources, on people resources. Secondly, the need for measure the extent to which government provides space for citizens to participate in the budget process. Because the budget they develop for the people, so therefore the people don't get space for participate. So they study, they assess that aspect on that. Then thirdly, there are institutions then where by constitution be set for look on how they develop the budget and how they use the government resources when are in a Parliament and Audit Service. So the study also assess the extent to which Parliament they provide effective oversight on the budget, and also the extent to which Audit Service they provide effective service on the budget. And this survey they do on 115 countries then, and not in an opinion pool or a perception, now an objective, rigorous, evidence-based research where now the international budget partners will take the lead in partnership with civil society and all over the world.
So now whose methodology are they use for this assessment?
We use a questionnaire. We now get 228 questions there, divided by 3 aspects: the transparency aspect, the participation, and the oversight. Then it go through a number of rigorous processes them. For every question where we feel, we get for provide evidence, we go for provide citation for back up the evidence. Then we also even they verify the information in it. Where we na the country don't do we own, we send them to international budget partnership. Then they send them to somebody what we don't know, independent somebody who they review what we don't do. From there, then they send them to government for the government making comments because it's about government, so therefore they provide opportunity for sending them to government for the government making comments. We government making comments now who they can now for response to the comments and they. If a particular issue they where government disagree with and who got different view, the report they come out clearly say now this we find out, but now this government say. So if they go through that 5-stage process, they before ever will release the whole process. And this process they take 18 months. Now that make, like for example, the 2017, the cutoff point now 31st December 2016. So all activities and documents them will take place after that particular one day and not fall on this report we just put.
Which now the findings will lead to this drop in Salone ranking at this particular report, because if you look at the budget process in Salone, one say every year we get the budget hearing way non-state actors and they participate, you know, the budget discussion at parliament, they are open process, the one in the way somebody wants to say that they transparent.
You know, that now the participation aspects of the survey. And the participation aspect we look at not only at the formulation stage. If I end at the formulation stage now, one minute aspect, because the formulation stage gets a number of processes to go. So the survey look at the formulation stage, at the enactment stage, and even at the execution stage. The space at which they provide government and the citizens them for actually participate in the processes and they. For example, at Parliament, there is no space for the citizens to go give testimony or hearings about how government provides services. Mind you, the budget now for idea for provide services for the people.
So the parliamentary and the way they represent people.
Exactly. That's now one aspect. They represent we. But then there should be space for the citizens like other countries they go testify about whether good or bad things then what the government do around the budget. Because why that is important, it will make them understand the real situation on the ground. They never go all around for getting information there. But for that platform there, for the citizens there, make them concern issues, it's really key. Then the other issue again, for participation, it's not just about participating. It's about providing the space for that person to participate very much effectively. For example, when I can testify to that, at the budget discussion, when I just one aspect, most of the documents, almost all the documents they do are at the doorstep of the discussion. How you will read and digest and make meaningful contribution. So participation, not just go and participate, but also providing the real space and environment for the citizens able to make meaningful participation. And in fact, Sierra Leone dropped on that particular score day from 37 to 6 in 2007. The other thing where the report look at, we're very much key on the transparency aspect of the budget. In 2012, Salone scored 39. In 2015, they come up to 52. Whereby then we top all the other countries in around West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria. And of course, the very day we launched the report, the second day the Minister of Finance come up with a press release, and we were also happy about it, and even make some commitment that they will increase the score. But unfortunately, in 2017 now, we can see the score come down to 38. And there are a number of reasons we're responsible.
Right. Well, we'll just hold on this small. We will come back and cancel about the reason, and they will make in terms of transparency. We see the score rates Salone gets on this particular. And we cancel Festus Calais. We're the chief administrator at the Freetown City Council. Before we go, we'll talk about revenue and local tax, market dues, and how we plan for improve on that one day. You know, this now January it almost come to an end today, and we first quarter what's on a target for this year, especially in terms of local tax.
Well, we target one for ensure say we engage all the public institutions. You know, say there was a arrangement whereby accounts in general, they make sure they cut them off from source, from every public servants and civil servants as well. And of course, the one for make sure say I don't do several jingles, for try to revamp this local tax issue. Of course, we don't make sure say back we try to print out in earnest, so the local tax for the out as quickly as possible. We don't do all of them kinds of things. Well, basically, we just project say if collection go as per plan, tendency they follow hits a 1 billion mark, so instead of budget and I can't see them they will target. So it's just a question of putting strategies in place and see how people achieve that.
So like a 1 billion now not target.
Around that I do for target for 2018.
When una feel say this the local tax system will come out?
Well, we write to the Ministry of Local Government because they get a responsibility for printing out of receipt books. So the rights to the Ministry of Local Governments, we don't get confirmation from them. We don't start to write out letters to the various institutions and for compliance. So all of that is in the process. So I'm sure by the time we inside this February, we don't look at tax colony out and we don't start to make collection.
You gonna kickstart the activity then the enforcement, or not wait for the new mayor for come after March 7?
Well, our enforcement really not gets anything for the wheat. You don't get much for the wheat, the incoming mayor, because when they say and say the council gets for run, I get for continue for run, even like the rights now. Very frankly, but the Gibbs they will still run. They buy fuel for fill the tricycle, or they buy fuel for they buy tools for clean the community, or they pay with staff them, or they run the office. All of this requires money. So we're not going to don't wait until the new mayor come. We have for continue for do the things the way we are allowed to do by law. So all of these plans are in place for make sure so we improve.
What strategy them on don't identify soon again for use this time around for let people and pay their local tax, being that so many people they will not only pay the local tax.
Yeah, well, one of the strategies like I tell you, we have to embark on massive sensitization. Like if I don't kind of radio, let people know say if we don't pay local tax in 2009 or 10 and there was some corruption issue around that kind of money there. Now if we don't say system don't change, times don't change. I don't say not take the same whip this administration when be innocent of what's going to happen. And besides, we still they deliver services in the midst of all incidents. Now make reference to institutions and way, let's say we don't work with corruption, but still people get confidence or continue to pay, to the institutions and so honestly, the first thing is we go for engage the people through radio sensitization, media sensitization. Then of course we have to make sure say we work with the various institutions and we able for make sure so we get what we're supposed to get from source. And of course we don't decide so if we take and beyond and can talk to religious homes, religious institutions like the church and the mosque, educational institutions, all of those plans are in place.
Some people believe in the issue of politics in their involved, especially if it's on city council for enforce certain things and certain laws and certain quarters, because it can involve certain sects of politics, so we're not can enforce them.
But me also politician, it's difficult for that address issue that has to do with politics. I'm at the last time we may be there, saying not be the most appropriate person to discuss issues that has to do with politics. We therefore discuss on issues that has to do with administration and how administration.
But if the political decision they affect your civil work, if you say that in a challenge.
No, well, in this case, I don't see to what extent political decision will affect my ability, for example, for generate local tax. Like I tell you, the decision for let people the decision for let people stop for pay local tax was really not political. Me too be honest, because the money come out according to the public, it was not judiciously spent. So therefore, I make people
not
to be anything but politics. I don't too believe.
No, but council they get ways or they enforce, then they get checkpoints or they put they go after people, then they wouldn't stop.
Yeah, well, me not to believe say the idea of roadblocks. That's give me the last strategy after all of this reform that's for take on fail. And we are really confident say if we engage the public, all the Anscatan general in terms of the public institutions, it will make sure say we engage some of these religious institutions, and of course make sure so we get people a massive sensitization for many know say for pay local tax and you right. Now I visit all of them say I would start or yield dividend rather than start off.
There are other issues then like property rates and other rates then when people are for pay. We see some company then we don't they come for see how for privatize then areas and they because then get more experience and capacity for handle and they pass the council. Which one are they thinking that direction? How far down they don't go?
Well, we get what can meet some arrangements for. I think there are like 3 service providers. One CRE Credit Recovery Agency. They get SMBJ. Then they get Magnet Way. Then it's kind of outsourced to them. But what can I try to look at how much they're able for generate. The time when they outsourced to them. Then waiting council previously, they don't generate. That's number 1. Then number 2. We try to look at the various locations, and there are certain areas compliance almost 75%. If you need to go after people like the Central Business District, places like Abacha Street, Kisi Road, Shakat Stephen Street, Tidekane, Lumley, compliance is almost 75%. So we don't decide say if this outsourcing process, we prefer let the service providers and target areas they want to hard to reach areas. We sometimes even for name streets and a very big challenge. So they came for people for try for name their streets and try for say they came for reassess some of them new properties that they come.
Can they get anything for do with the tussle between the service providers and council staff? They will feel say they can't pull break. Now they must if they give them particular aspects of the revenue generation to service providers.
No, well, of course, we'll not say Freetown City Council. If you watch the staff structure, the valuation units, then they not get that kind of manpower. For generate all of the revenue. Freetown City Council, the municipality big part.
But me not say toss will be there at some point. Saying
Well,
the staff may feel say
that was before it came. That was before it came. And me don't care this guy for push stop if there's any potential toss. So sorry, because first, like I tell you, if you look at I think the problem was when they take the Kisi Road, there Abacha Street. The staff the Abacha and say we don't need for outsource this area. That's where the potential is, and a place where easy for collect. And the service provider, they're even willing for going at the hard to reach areas because they get the expertise. I worked in Poloko. Then Poloko, we get an engagement with Credit Recovery Agency. And for the very first time when they go, we see how much they for collect. Unlike we council, they send the staff them out. So I don't get any doubts in them at all. And then we look at how they set up the system for the very first time. We'll not be even the collect property with Nalungi, nobody collect Nalunsa, nobody collect Namashaka. But they went, they targeted all of those areas and they make sure they put structures for assess and how much property they amount to. So if they go for doing kind of thing at Poloko, I don't get any doubts in for one and then saying that he don't for one at Kalbaton. So we want to let them make sure say if they are moving, if they want for make sure say they give council support, then they get for make sure say they target areas they want to how to reach places.
I come back to Abubakar Kamara, we are the coordinator for BAN. You be done the talk about una survey reporting una done the pull way possibly and the third one this way una don't pull from una start for Duam in terms of accountability around the budget business na the country. Now let's look at the response where don't they come from government, being that the third one this way una the pull. Because one thing we don't the big challenge and then can survey reporter we can come out. Now for implement the recommendation them where una can make at the end of the day for let the country go improve on the assessments where una they do. How governments don't they interact with una from the previous reports them una don't they pull?
Salon survey the first one at 2012 and Sierra Leone score 39. And the open budget survey, we look at 8 key budget documents. And by then, Sierra Leone not be produced some of them. And one key one now the citizen budget. So where we produce that report today, that prompts government, specifically Minister of Finance, for start for produce the citizen budget. So up to now, they continue for produce the citizen budget. Although for last year, they not produce the citizen budget. We also don't see how they improve a little bit on the comprehensiveness of the budget itself. And we also don't see the open government partnership. They also take the aspect of open budget. Because if you look at the criteria where Salon qualify for join the open government partnership, one of them are fiscal transparency, we involve budget transparency, tax, and all the rest of things there. But the quick thing I just want to say, I just want to get a quick overview of the key findings we are not getting opportunity for this now.
So in a whole, before you can talk about that one, the government really don't take into consideration the recommendation.
At the start of the first one, they really don't take up some of the recommendation. But unfortunately, in 2006, there are a number of issues that will happen. To me, what is here and say, now a matter of how serious the Minister of Finance is in terms of putting in place anything. Because the documents them available. Minister of Finance get a website, although most of the time that website I mean, it is on and off, and would expect enough from Minister of Finance, especially for one of the most subscripted websites, where we will take enough document for the past 1 or 2 years, and just that it is on, it is off, and most of the information when a public available document, not in a Minister of Finance website. And in fact, the other thing back okay with that, so a document where they will click away in it open. So would they expect Minister of Finance to be more professional, especially in communicating to the public about public financial information there? And that now one of the reasons why Salone score dropped to 38. For example, the NDR report, when I report with the Accountant General, they produce, they have a website, they report the all it requires, just the leadership for ensure say that particular information they go on the Minister of Finance website, which they not do. There's also the aspect where they talk about how the ministry they ensure that information when a public information then will be simplified and will be in short a way that they will be on the website on a timely manner. Because the survey not only look at the availability of document, it also look at the availability of document on a timely manner. Because we document on a timely manner, it will provide citizens the opportunity for ask question at the right time, so that the right intervention will be taken for address the citizens and services there where they produce. That's now one reason. The other one again why we score good on, we also see the oversight role of Parliament, it dropped. And luckily for us, and we of course people know this, and the Auditor General will see their scores, it moved from 67 to 72. What I tell you say the Auditor General provide adequate oversight over the budget itself. And one key thing where I want to emphasize is, if the government not be transparent in financial information, then it will lead to possible misuse of funds, and possibly a number of things that will go undetected. So improving transparency around the budget, that one key aspect where they gear towards improving the lives of ordinary Israelis, especially the poor and the vulnerable. So therefore, we really need the Minister of Finance for let them take the leadership for ensure say public budget information then a government website. And then one of the things we make discuss again go a little bit, because the methodology changed in 2012, and we communicate that to Minister of Finance. Because now the basic minimum criteria for letting accept a document as per the OBP standard as a public document is that if we're in a government website. So even if you produce a hard copy, if you're not in a government website, then the surveyor will consider as publicly available documents. And Ministry of Finance has a website. They have a whole ICT unit. In fact, now that make during the last budget discussion, Minister of Finance during budget discussion, now we civil society now we chair that particular session day. And one of the deliverables what we'll come up with is that Minister of Finance for the post public budget document on the website on a timely manner. Unfortunately, for what we see the document, that particular commitment the way civil society propose, where they agree at that budget discussion, they then pull on it. Because we feel say, even though the ICT unit get a number of jobs they do, like it means and all, but for the public,
so, like what kind of documents will they talk about?
We got 8 key budget documents and what this survey they look at. One, then got the pre-budget statement. When I like the document where they determine how much revenue they want to generate, how much they want to spend, where they determine the priority where the government intend for the following year. We get the budget proposal, one of the budgets when the Minister of Finance go in a Parliament. We get the enactment budget where Salone they produce. Because by right, when the Minister go lead the budget in a Parliament, Parliament on debate time, then suppose for come out with a budget say upon all the debate, now this we don't approve. So Salone government they produce the enactment.
The order approve.
They need the produce the enactment budget.
What about the appropriation act where Parliament can pass, not to the budget act?
Now after where they don't debate the budget, mind you, when they go lay the budget speech, the speech they debate for like 5 allotted days. Then from there they go into subcommittees for debate the individual ministry, department and agencies. And from that now, we expect for let them come up with the final budget, whether it change or it not change. But in Sierra Leone case, that not actually happen. We get the media.
So the audit to go lay eventually be the budget.
When I say look like, because there is no official document where they come, because that what they go in a Parliament, now a proposal. They go put to Parliament. Say, now this we intend for do. Now that make Parliament the debater. Otherwise, Parliament for the debater. But Parliament the debater for see if there should be any changes or any other changes. And from then on, I need to come up with the enactment budget. The other one are the media review. And mostly they can put that up where IMF can come. Where they review the revenue forecast, the expenditure forecast. A document from Minister of Finance they produce. But that document they need to publish on the government websites. So all that makes Salon score reduce. We get of course your accountant general reports, again where they produce every year, where they show how much they receive, how much they spend. But again, that document.
So making the document so public, whose value will add in service delivery?
It got a number of values where it add. Ahmed, if Minister of Finance publish this Navodu Council and also they don't produce money for Duam, we also get the responsibility to ask questions. So when you make financial information available, one, citizens could ask the right question in terms of services they forget, because they know say these are the services they are supposed to receive. Secondly, mind you, the budget is second most important apart from the constitution. And most people they receive services from the government budget, especially the vulnerable people the main source of their services now the budget. So therefore, if the budget be transparent, it create a credibility for government. In fact, it even build the trust between citizen and the government when you make information available. Let me give one quick practical example. During the fuel subsidy issue, Saga will be the way the fuel go up. Government they subsidize indirectly, but those information not be in public domain. So it only comes in the public domain when the issue of increasing the fuel go up. So when you make the information available, it even with this tension, it build trust between citizen and government.
You say it will make sense where most of the tell budgets can deal figures and they on paper, but the actual money for implements no can deal with the suicide MDAs and they did for 1-2 quarters without them not receive any money. If you say for the publishing.
In fact, that's one of the main reasons why they publish the document, so that citizens will know that you budget this amount for this MDA, but how much you don't get, that's how much you don't get. So if that particular MDA not provide services, citizens will know say now they not provide services because they not receive that particular money there. But when the information is in the public domain, people will also feel say they don't receive money, then they don't do the services. So they bring that trust. They reduce that suspicion what happen between citizens and the government. In fact, the benefit of making budget transparent is more on the side of government, because that suspicion when they say they don't eat money, it will reduce, it will increase the trust. Just like the example, most people and most MD when they provide services, they just say they don't get money, they don't eat them, or something that happen else. Where in fact maybe Minister of Finance not transfer the resources. So if that document in a public domain, people will really understand how government will they operate, and it will be less be anxious in terms of receiving services, because they will not say government they expect for this 200 billion. How much there is 100 billion. So this information always will go in a public domain. So it will build the trust and the confidence and increase the budget credibility.
Let's message them and comment them where when I don't send inside the program.
The very first one we look at this morning at the text line, the person they say, "Good morning, Sierra Leone. Mr. Chief Administrator, sir, what about the devolved officers working in council? Are they going to be able to roll out their programs? Is the council going to fund them for the program implementation?" A question the person they ask, they say, if no, why? If yes, when?
Thank you, CA Festus Khalif, for the willingness and capacity to move revenue mobilization at the City Council. Is it that all administrators who have been in that capacity didn't have capacity, or rather they were compromised because of politicians? That's my question where this person asked.
This other person they say, why City Council uses a private bank to collect national revenue? Why are they not using the government institutions?
On the issue of transparency of the budget, this one said the only reason why they don't publish those documents is because those big guys are too corrupt. God bless, God help us with better leaders.
These other messages say, what are your revenue mobilization strategies to make more money for the FCC?
Sylvanus Ahmed said this is why we need change in governance. There is no accountability, there is no transparency. Only the few have everything, and majority of the common Sierra Leoneans are wallowing in poverty.
This other one is, how old should one be to be qualified to pay a local tax?
Another message you will look at from Eric Vandin on Facebook saying, Mr. Kale, is it correct to take court action against someone who urinates in the gutters? This is because we pay tax, but the council has reneged in its responsibility of providing structures where people can ease themselves while passing about in the streets. A few days ago, I happened to pass around the CID area and I felt pressed to urinate. There is one structure by the CID. When I went there, I was asked to pay 500 euros, which I paid to ease myself. That is good. Provide several of those structures around the city and you will justify charging people to court.
This one is saying, Mr. C, you've talked much about your initiative to improve the council, but you are yet to measure how you plan to decongest the city, especially from the Petit Stadiums and City Stadium.
Abdullah Dumbuya on the issue of the UMC Theological University. This one's education must be accessible to all. Here in Accra, educational institutions are creating the opportunities for weekend classes, generally intake for those who can't make it in September, opportunities for mature students and many more, which is almost impossible within our educational system in Sierra Leone.
This one says, Radio D, it is the responsibility of the Freetown City Council to enforce the local acts of 2004 and bylaws in the Freetown municipality without political interference when going on with their duties and operations. It must romance this London last marathon.
Abdul Hassan Sise say it is a laudable venture to have universities all around the country. This also puts responsibility on government to create accreditation that will monitor the activities of these universities in terms of content they teach.
This other one, they say, how can we pay the local tax when we have no proof of what our money has done over the past years? What are your strategies to ensure that the tax is collected and being used for its purpose?
MZ Amara on Facebook say running a city is like running a company. Instead of a CEO, have a mayor who relies on numerous other departments and people to keep everything working in order. The best run cities are able to provide quality services to their residents, such as affordable housing, enough pipeline water to all municipality, good education, healthcare and transportation. But on the contrary, the Freetown City Council has underscored in the above, for example, pictorial evidence of awarding contracts on professional training of metropolitans, on healthy municipalities, existence, placement of market centers. All of the above are contributed to the ranking of our city.
This one say, how do people want the city to be clean when they are not paying local tax? So people should pay their taxes and demand transparency and accountability from the council. It comes from Ibrahim Ansari.
Today's Scott now Facebook say the Freetown City Council is capable of doing more than 5 times what they are generating now if managed well. I hope the new council administration will live up to expectation. Well, from the messenger, so we take walkabout. When we come back, we look at get response from the guests in the studio.
Waiting just about the wait and last minute. We don't think just want to back to home, no, yeah, so keep time. Money. How do you you think just about the common plenty by no register? You have the college you get and other people that in board 2007 I end up. You tell the things about nominate of God, I really have young Guja, I get it behind I am different about aspirants that over the eye. You know, then there's how they sleep. I just when I administration pull people when I pato, they make I laugh anytime with them. Anytime they talk about this, they laugh. And then they give them a set record, but when that set record, Pandi, but the minister, the president of the appointment of the country, they know, where university institution, when the university turn political in the water, you go see the results, you go see the end product. Any argument for Abu College now, any carry turn for Abu College now, it don't political, it don't political, now the politics gets cut and share. Now the politics don't reduce me level, politics don't reduce me. Reduce me country and reduce me chef. Now, this side and this side, I did this election. Another program don't do. I put one mistake like this now, Kono. I put one mistake like this now, Cambia. And I put the last time like this now, Konadugu Kabaya district. I get to now the place like the flashpoint and the sun, they would have to be taking the bikini because the flashpoint, they would have to be taking the bikini because and Baku. And when some people sleep, they wake. They woke no one about disturb and distract people. I tell you, the map of two and justice. The thing that I look out to give the government and democracy, you tell you why we love the big man, they will also do better. Now that the picking and the cartoon and the bobo themselves. I said the man simple to after you be asked question. If you been question. If I said big man who don't experience all you with here. Then say the person the big night they get 10, but the man that the big night and the big fool. Me, I don't know who pick you at more.
We continue program. Good morning, Salon and Calvert to Studio Guest for comments and start with Festus Kali, Chief Administrator, Freetown City Council.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ahmed. I say that the first text message I received now, the one where they talk about the devolved sectors and whether they will get funding for 2018. Of course, Ministry of Finance give out ceiling, area allocation for the various devolved sectors for 2018, and I believe probably after elections we will start to see the funds and they come in, and we'll make sure we release them to the various devolved sectors as and when the money they are available. Then of course somebody they try for compliments for the willingness for all come for engage in media, try for talk to the people and follow people for improve on the look at tax and other sources of revenue for kind of inform the public. Then of course some other person ask say why a private bank we deal with or not the public institution. Well, what happened was that I write letters. I invited all of the banks. I tell them say, well, part of the internal control system one for establish cash point. I invite Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, I invite Eco Bank, I invite all the banks in local unions because every other person, some of them go, some not go, and one party no go. Like Sierra Leone Commercial Bank no go, of course Union Trust Bank go, but then like we
don't pay on a debt, say on a debt.
Of course, they don't pay. We don't get issues with FI Bank again. When FI Bank will actually get issued. Okay. We engage the various banks. Then some go put precondition. We're not supposed to get this kind of not forget this kind of money for set up the system. They get this sort of bank when just can say no. We always want to just give the office space, and we'll be ready for institute this reform as quickly as possible. So the bank, one of the bank will be readily available was Zenith Bank. We for all know these are institutions where they say they employ Sierra Leoneans, where they cater for jobs, for Sierra Leoneans, where they pay tax just like our Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, another bank they pay to Freetown City Council or general to the country. So you can begin to deprive them of some opportunity where they make the Sierra available and ready for provide service, quality service at a zero cost. So we looked at all of those possibilities. I mean, we come up with Zenith Bank. Also, like say we get any kind, but now like would I for come for bring the team come to doorstep at a zero cost. That are the thing now one day. Then of course, somebody asked for the revenue mobilization strategy for try for put in place. And the thing that I don't try to highlight. You know, enforcement is one aspect, but internal control so is very much key. You know, because the money the kind side, not make sure so control the kind side. Then you know some leakages they go for day. So if we come to procurement, go for make sure so we enhance value for money. I mean, if me not the kind of say this quick around the BN procurement officer, we'll go check how much actually the property then cost. You know, so we get to make sure say if we get to a supplier, we don't get a pre-knowledge as to how much you understand this particular goods or services actually cost. So all of them things is right for strengthening internal control. Then somebody asked for court action for wets na street. Of course, these are the the laws and say we're supposed to take court action. And I'm glad as the person they go forward for explain it talk say where we by quantity parts, we're going to elect by Commons Garden and away as the possible for access them. These are all some of the public utilities so this guy for provide. And nobody will expect to go inside the place for free. We don't for buy water, go for clean the place, disinfect it. All of this.
Forget more of them.
Of course, I mean it's a salient point. I mean, I can say even like our body markets are good. I see the reality follow. Make sure say we establish a public toilet. But all of this requires money. So people then say, well, we don't pay me local tax because I don't pay 110. So for explain to you, there's no other explanation other than the fact say the mayor they be on sitter because of that particular corruption scandal. I mean because of that corruption issue. So which other explanation would restore confidence into people? And always want services. For the council do this, like let provide public toilet, let do this, but that requires money. So if you decide to pay tax, how you go for make sure say we provide that kind of services? How you go just like what other texters say? Now only pay tax, we will demand transparency and accountability. And I agree with that. Pay your tax, they will ask you to do the tax money, but if you decide to hold back the 5,000 millions, then you not get right for the even take part by this radio discussion. Then somebody said me just talk about my revenue mobilization strategy and it's about the congesting and the petit trading. Just can keep in mind I just can say November and effectively start to work inside December. And they look at this the kind of thing how to register. They look at what they pass how many years, what they don't do. So by now if it's possible for this guy for commend me, I mean for commending me rather than it's guy for say we just a consent. Let's just complete person text quickly. They say when it comes to the decongestion business, I mean it's a very serious issue. We'll get
yes, I just want to ask you read it about this decongestion.
Yeah.
How them plans there will you get to implement now, therefore fit into who that's because the mayor already then don't go debates, they only talk about the candidates, they talk about them plans then.
Yeah.
How them plans they are therefore fit into the possibility for win in your agenda?
Well, frankly, like me, I come up from a financial management background, and I know say any mayor we can. The first thing we want to ensure say the council do in terms of revenue mobilization, because not only we for generate revenue, it came for bring about development. Not only able for generate revenue, we for look after his staff there. Not only generate revenue, we for do infrastructure developments for make sure they clean the cemeteries and try for ease them up, try for fence them and lock them and prevent them from crime activity. All this hinge around revenue mobilization. So this kind of strategy you don't put, so make sure so we institute bank, or make sure so we improve on the receipt system, the certificate system, with all of this internal control system, for make sure so we automate the system. All of this is a very good platform anybody can take off from. Because all the things they discuss, they will talk say, well, corruption there, this go there, how we tackle this. But these are some of the internal controls we're supposed to put in place. Right. So that is exactly what
we'll come back to it shortly on very important something we just kind of remind. I'll just ask Bakal for comment.
Yeah, basically now one comment can we talk about big guy then took off. Basically the open project survey, not a measure corruption. It is time for measure transparency, participation and oversight. However, it's very much important, open projects are very much important to the issue of corruption because lack of transparency can lead to misuse of public funds. In other words, if government not open on how to use people's resources, it is very much likely that corruption will go undetected.
So this rating gets anything to do with at the end of the day the transparency international
no, it not get anything for the transparency international there in a perception. This is an objective, vigorous, evidence-based survey where they take 18 months for complete.
So this position we do up so now, waiting mean
Well, basically, it means the Sierra Leone government they provide the public with minimal budget information, but all is not lost. The government of Sierra Leone get the potential for move from 38 to over 60 in the next call, if they continue and consistently for do the following: one, publish the pre-budget statement where they don't begin publish one at the fiscal strategy, and for publisher on time. This year we see the fiscal strategy go together with the budget, which means they publish and publish late. And the open budget survey they look at publishing information and publish them on time, wait for publishing. Secondly, if the ministry, the government begin publish the enacted budget online, that media review where they can get with IMF, if they begin publishing information they online, then the annual statements where the accountant general they publish, what they do, if they also publish online, they get the potential for move from 38 to over 660.
And because we're going to election now, we're going to forget some changes.
The open budget they look at consistency.
Okay.
You don't go publish information today, now we're on the website, tomorrow you pull them back. It also look at consistency. And it not cost the government of Sierra Leone anything for improve on budget transparency. It just require the political will and leadership for ensure say the one who's supposed to make the information available on government website online is actually available. We also don't see some action with government take. For example, EU provides support for let the ministry improve the comprehensiveness on the budget. Like the most detailed budget we then submit to Parliament, we don't have big volume. We see, for example, issues around NACIT, and they don't give factor. But again, that document not in a public domain, not in a government website. So if the document they don't produce, they just ensure say they publish on a government website and on time and consistently. Definitely, Sierra Leone move from 38 to over 60. Possibly we'll top the West African region again.
Quickly, Festus. And now, some people concerned that plenty of people they work in a council now not get capacity for working, not just political. But what is there another side for the lady within a council, they work for? So, which you do about the capacity of the staff?
What you say the not get capacity?
Like they're not qualified. They're not qualified for
those type of job.
Political.
No. We say they're not qualified for those type of job for cleaning streets. They qualify for cleaning the streets. The human resource officer will get to qualify for serve the function of a human resource officer. The finance officer very much qualified. The procurement, the chief administrator, not for top. So we say people not qualified for go collect market use. What are the qualification? Most of them don't sit once they get to O level. So for the top of qualification, I'm able to understand. And besides, these are questions we could reserve for any politician. Let's get for answer, Ahmed. But honestly,
no, but you know,
I agree. But I don't even sense, this idea. Say, so for example, let one believe how much qualification do you forget for a lot of people in house? How much expertise do you need? But when you talk about the core staff, them we're really responsible for doing the job. Nobody there will not get a degree, none, and that's the prerequisite. You forget a degree. Let me get two. So nobody will look me if not qualified.
Right. Thank you, Nigeria on the program this morning. Festus Kale, Chief Administrator at the Freetown City Council, and Seth Abubakar Kamara, the National Coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network, Bani. Thank you, Nigeria on the program this morning.